What is going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? All right, what's going on, everybody? I hope y'all can hear me. Hold on. See here. Trying to make sure everybody can hear your boy. Hold on. Let me see if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? All right, so y'all can hear me. All right, so oh wow, this is gonna be a little difficult because y'all know right now my internet is clearly out. So I'm actually streaming from my phone being in my home. So let me do this. Let me set this up the way y'all can get some better reception here. Hold on for a second. This up the way y'all can. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to hook my phone up and turn it into a server so we can talk about some of this stuff, because right now that's the only way I'll be able to talk to you guys about what's going on. So give me one moment. I want to make sure y'all could hear me well, because unfortunately the people that cut my grass might have cut my internet connection completely off by accident. So, I'm not that upset with them. It's life, you know what I mean? But the show must go on, right? You can't make excuses. You can never make excuses. You gotta improvise. So that's what I'm gonna do this weekend. I got a lot of catching up to do. I gotta do shows, and I also gotta catch up with my school for chef class. So it's gonna be a lot I got going on this weekend. So I'm not going to stall any further. I hope everybody having a good weekend. I know I am having a good weekend. My weekend is very much great. I'm off. I'm with my family. I'm enjoying my new home. Still got to get furniture and stuff in there. But it's all good, right? You got to just take it for what it's worth, because some people don't have that ability to do just that. So I'm going to just jump into the situation here. If you guys haven't noticed, try to get with my camera where y'all can see me with my camera. Hold on. All right. I think this is a better view. Because I'm trying to talk to y'all and do this at the same time. All right. Hold on. So if y'all haven't noticed, currently right now we got a situation going on in Russia. Unfortunately, Russia is about to have a coup so far, possibly. I'm going to go ahead on and go into the New York Post right quick and talk about what's going on about this whole situation, because it's got everybody by storm trying to figure out what in the world is going on. So this is what we know so far. So at one present time, or once upon a time, we heard that everybody was on board with trying to go against the grain with Ukraine. Ukraine, trying to fight for Ukraine, right? You know, the U.S. been pumping the money. We done seen what's his name, Zelensky brag about the U.S. is going to pay for this war because we're going to overthrow the Russian government, and we, you know, all because it all boils down to, I want to say it the right way here, that Ukraine wanted to be a part of NATO. NATO never agreed to say, yo, Ukraine, you gonna be a part of us. They just been doing business with Ukraine. Well, when Russia heard about Ukraine was possibly trying to get in cahoots with NATO, which we already know, Russia feels like NATO is the enemy anyway, and they felt like, okay, if Ukraine gets with NATO, then Ukraine is the gateway for these other nations that was used to be a part of the USSR to be with NATO. This is about to be some bull. So they went in and did a strong arm. Well, we already know Biden and Ukraine are in bed together, allegedly. We have to say that, but we already know because the proof is in the pudding. We done seen the reports. We done seen what Biden and his son been doing behind our backs. They started pumping money to Ukraine to fight this war. All right. We fast forward now until around about May. Around about May, we got a mercenary group called the Wagner Group. Now, if you don't know what the mercenaries does in Russia, this is a group of people who their whole goal in life is to neutralize the threat along with the Russian military. Okay, they're like a special forces, even though the Spetsnaz, if you ever heard of them, is a part of special forces for Russia. Well, Russia also have other special forces like we have as well that are just like the Spetsnaz, but the Wagner Group is more like an independent ops kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like they are the real deal, we get dirty support system. Well, at one point of the matter, while fighting this war, there's been some disagreements about ammunition. Shout out to my boy ABL. Hey man, we need ammunition. You know, we're not getting the right support. But you know, the Russian army trying to be cute. You know how people are when they in the middle of war, saying, man, y'all just hating because y'all can't get the job done to take over this certain area of Ukraine. Ain't our problem. All right. The Wagner Group made enough noise. They provided them with ammunition. But he still was not satisfied because there are other things that's going on behind the scenes that is not helping them fight the war properly against Ukraine. So now the Wagner Group, he's mad with the prime minister, like, yo, man, this dude whack, he got to go. So since he's saying the man got to go and everything else, instead of talking to Putin, who him and Putin been friends for years, he used to serve Putin with what they call that. He used to have a catering. He's got a catering business as well, where he would serve the Kremlin and all that stuff. The guy over the Wagner Group, whose name is, give me 1 second here. I want to get his name right. I may mispronounce it. Prigozhin. Prigozhin has like a service to where he caters to everyone. And because of that catering service, he's big, he's in good with that government, you know, and he's also a very rich guy because he's provided for a long period of time, not only that service, but contacts into that government. And he's very tight friends with Putin. Him and Putin been boys about 20, 25 years. So Putin is very shocked that all of a sudden, wait a minute, homie, you know, you going out here going against the prime minister, and now you about to go to Moscow and try to basically overthrow us, the whole government? You had a problem with the prime minister. I'm your boy. We supposed to be boys. You supposed to talk to me. I basically handle that. But I guess he didn't like how Putin was supposed to handle that. So that's when he arranged this to go on. Now, I can't show you any things of what's going on or whatever, because like I said, right now, my phone is my only source of internet, but I can get into the preliminaries of what's going on now. Now, when all this went down, they were supposed to be marching to Moscow, but all of a sudden they have decided to turn around. So we're going to find out why they plan to turn around, and then my thoughts on what I'm thinking is going on here, possibly. So let's see here. All right. Hold on. I am trying to get to what happened. Okay. So this is what he announced about 2 hours ago. I had to go all the way down. Wagner Group militia is reversing course from Moscow in order to avoid bloodshed amid news of a possible deal with Belarusian, I want to say I'm saying that right, Belarusian, I might be mispronouncing that, President Alexander Lukashenko, its leader, Yevgeny, I'm gonna say Prigozhin, said in an audio message, said columns around and going back in the other direction towards our field camps in accordance with the plan. So that's what's been saying. So Prigozhin said the decision was made in order to avoid bloodshed, but did not mention Lukashenko's claim that the militia had agreed to enter negotiations with the Kremlin. Prigozhin accepted Lukashenko proposed to stop the movement of Wagner in Russian territory and on further steps to de-escalate tension, Rosia24 said. So this is what basically is going on here. They do not want a bloodshed situation because Russia right now is already spending a lot of money trying to fight this war. So you got civil unrest in your country with your right-hand man very upset with what you're doing. You already know what's about to happen. It's about to be all-out bloodshed. I mean, that's just what it is. So to avoid that, the smart thing to do right now is to be like, all right, let's cooler heads prevail and let's talk this out. Now, a lot of people are saying that the U.S. was probably riding on this because nobody wants Putin in control, especially the radical left and the liberals. And we already know why, because Putin is a very methodical, intimidating character that they can't handle. Shout out to Trump, who always handled Putin like he was a puppy, basically. But here's my thing, man. I think there's more to the story than what they're saying, but we're gonna keep digging in. Then the next report come out is Wagner faced a coup-proof defense system on the march towards Moscow. Now that's what the experts are saying on the New York Post, that Wagner's mercenary forces faced the Kremlin's coup-proof defense system that was defending the capital since the Soviet era. Now, Mark Galenti, an expert on the Kremlin's security, said that those who constructed Moscow's defense system were professionally paranoid and made sure the Russian capital could withstand any attack from within. Now, when they say within, that means whatever their military grade stuff that they had, it could be able to withstand that, so nothing would not happen to the actual structure of that capital. Now, personally, do I think that that means anybody else's weapon? I cannot say. I'm not from that country, but I'm quite sure they were prepared just in case somebody wanted to provide a coup. Now, or an uprise. Now, there was also saying too that several branches of the Russian military, including the Federal Protection Services, equivalent to American Secret Service, and the Federal Security Service, which is a large military counterintelligence department similar to our CIA, they had two agencies that guarded the 4th Guard Tank Division and the 2nd Guard Motor Division, which is those names, with each military unit had 3,000 men. And if that wasn't intimidating enough, the Russian security experts said Moscow also was defended by various Spetsnaz special forces units. If you don't know what Spetsnaz special forces units is, these guys work like the Navy SEAL in the U.S. on steroids. Like I said prior before, these guys are specially trained. They know how to really interact with combat. Now, when I was looking at ABL's show earlier today, when he uploaded his video, it did show no resistance, which was weird. But I think that the reason why it didn't show no resistance because they already had a plan in place. They knew that the Wagner Group was supposed to be heading straight to Moscow, and I think they were ready to take all their action and fighting to Moscow. And if he would have went to Moscow, not being prepared or talked to by certain people saying, yo, man, they got these people on board ready to kick your ass, it would have been a whole different conversation. Dude probably would have lost his life. Probably would have been in a Russian jail by now. Now, let's see what else we got going on here. Now, we already know Biden's going to Camp David, trying to find some kind of fake ass words to sound like that he was all for what's going on. So this is what, oh my God, Zelensky said, man. This guy is a comedian. So I will hold a second. Be careful on the door. I'm streaming. Anyway, this is what the guy said. All right. Zelensky said, today the world saw the bosses of Russia. You know what? I'm just going to put the link there what that fool said. I'm going to put the link in the chat right quick so I can tell y'all what this fool said. Y'all hit the like button, man. Let me see what I can do here. Let's see, let y'all see what this fool said. But this guy is a comedian. Now I'm gonna put the links in the chat here so y'all can actually see what this fool is saying. And I'm also going to put what the link was about Russia saying they're not coming around to the group, about turning around. Put that in there as well too. What's going on, Mo? I got to do it old school today, Mo. My stuff messing up, man. My internet messing up. Streaming off the phone and doing it on my computer today. So I'm giving everybody all the information I can. Yo, share this broadcast, Mo. We got a lot of stuff going on, man. I got a lot of information coming out. A lot of information. Hold on for a second here. All right, that's what's up, brother. I appreciate your support, Mo. God bless you, bro. We got to get up and do something. I'm doing a stream tonight, but it'll be on here. I'll probably send you an invite. We'll just be doing it YouTube to YouTube because I ain't got nothing to show tonight, man. I want to talk my stuff, through audio because I ain't really got any. I don't have any a lot of strong internet right now. Yeah, it'll be like 11 something tonight. We'll do something probably on Eastern time. Be 10 o'clock your time after ABL because I'm gonna get on ABL tonight, talk my shit over there too. But I mean, man, this crazy. This straight crazy what that fool said. But basically, to sum up in a nutshell, Zelensky talking about unity and he can protect Europe. How can you protect Europe if you don't have money coming from the U.S.? That's what he's not saying. Everybody knows that Ukraine is being funded like crazy from the U.S. of A. Real talk. We funding them fools a lot of money. A lot of money. And for him to say he's going to be able to protect Europe, you're only protecting Europe because of what the funding you're getting. Then he's bragging about NATO. The only reason why I feel like this guy can even brag about NATO is because of the foolishness he's got going on. So I don't. I just don't trust the dude. I don't trust nothing Zelensky say because Zelensky is nothing but a liar. All right, let's get back to it. Let's see what else. So right now, the banners advertising the Wagner Group were taken down on Russia's St. Petersburg region. And the reason why I say they're being taken down, because y'all already know that Putin went to St. Petersburg. So they're going to take that down. Anything that promotes that group right now until they get things resolved. Now, here's the thing. He has approximately more than 25,000 people on that's a part of this mercenary group. As of December, there was 10,000 contractors. That means people that signed up in the country of Russia to be a part of this mercenary group. And he has a whopping 40,000 convicts from prison. Now, if you don't know about a Russian prison is a hellhole. These people live like BS, okay? Poo, whatever you want to call it, torture. They don't get any humane treatment. What you see in a U.S. prison, to them is considered vacation compared to what a Russian prison is like. You want to know about some of the hardest prisons? Yeah, man, Atomic, I'm on. I'd have to go old school because right now I ain't got no internet. If you want to hear some of the worst prisons in the world, it's all good. I'll be on tonight after about 11 o'clock Eastern time. One of the worst prisons in the world. You can check China. The Chinese prisons are very rough. Russian prisons and the prisons. Hold on for a second. Oh, there. That's my good bowl. Whoa, 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 sir. What we doing?
Giving him some water.
That's my good bowl. Can y'all find another bowl? I mean, goddamn, y'all. We're not going to do like we did the last trailer now. All my good shit getting taken to the cats and shit. There's got to be another alternative. There's got to be another bowl or something else. I mean, that's my good stuff. Oh, man. Thank you for the $5 super chat, man. Tabasco, baby. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to the super chat, man. It feels good to get super chats from time to time, especially from the people that commit to the program. Thank you. I appreciate you. Now, again, these are very, very, very tough places to survive in prison-wise. Now, also, Wagner has been engaging in a new wave of advertisement last month, including social media posts, taunting monthly salaries of nearly $3,000 in healthcare benefits. Now, let me tell you about $3,000 over there where they at. Love to the kitty. That $3,000 in Russia goes a long way, especially in their economy right now. So to have that kind of money is amazing. You know, it is amazing. Did you take that bowl out there when I told you not to? I mean, it is. It's an amazing thing. Oh yeah, you will, Atomic. I'm gonna be on ABL talking tonight and call in. I will. So another thing that I want to say about this whole Wagner Group thing, and let's see here, what else we got. I'm trying to see all the stuff that's going on with this whole situation. So we got President Trump weighed in, and President Trump said something on the lines of a big mess in Russia, but be careful what you wish for. Next year may be worse. Trump wrote on Truth Social about 1:30 p.m. And let me tell you why he wrote that. A lot of radical left, are excited about this whole Russia being having all this infighting. This guy, what's his name again? I want to not mess up his name because his name is a little Prigozhin, like he's the next savior for the world. Prigozhin is a mercenary. If you ever look up the word mercenary and guerrilla warfare, these people have radical ideology. They don't believe in talks unless you're from their culture. They believe in striking first and think about it later. You don't want no one like that having access to nuclear weapons. It could be a very bad day. See, that's what nobody's looking at. Everybody's worried about, oh, Putin's so bad. Oh, well, you know what? Putin may be Putin, but Putin also has very, very much discipline when it comes to when to strike and when not to strike. You're talking about a guy who just decided to go up and take 25,000 troops to go against Russia's Moscow and didn't really think it through at all, because due to the fact of the matter of the access Putin got. I'm being 100 about this. Then not to mention too, the only way I even see this Wagner Group even progressing at this point, unless the U.S. military gets involved along with NATO to back these guys to push for them to overthrow the Moscow government over there with Putin involved. But we already know the consequences of that. If that were to happen, it may not be good for the U.S. And let me tell you why. We already know that Russia and China are like this. Like they're like literally like this. Okay. Intertwined. Pages together. They have been seen in each other's countries, being hosted, being very, very friendly. We know that China is just waiting on the day to touch Taiwan. If this was to happen, I would not be surprised if that coup was to be successfully to happen and to be pushed by the US of A. I would not be surprised that Taiwan would be their next target. Hold it, slam that, shut that door easy, son. Please. God damn. But anyway, I don't think it'd be a good day. I really don't. I don't think it'd be a good move. I think it would cause us to have possibly World War III. And that's just my personal opinion, because it's just too many negatives going on right now. The U.S. right now is not in good relations with a lot of countries right now. I mean, you already helping out Ukraine, who we already know back home that was your right-hand people for you to do all your dirty work with, which is damn cracked out son. Then not to mention too, every time we turn around, you're finding an excuse to give them more money. In fact, so much money that us as U.S. citizens, we should just get a Ukraine family and put them on our income taxes the next time we file and get a tax break. And then it gets worse, very much worse. The worst issue is by the time that all this is said and done, and they were to rock with this Wagner Group, and let's say overthrow and push Putin out, Putin goes into hiding or whatever, guess what's going to happen after that? You got a guy who has no control of his emotions, a mercenary that thinks about physical violence and torture first to take over a country with all of this type of power. Man, you're crazy. We'll be on pins and needles around this dude. Real talk, pins and needles. And he don't mind going to war. Think about this too. A mercenary don't mind going to war. It ain't nothing but a thing to them to call some troops up and go. So this would not be good for us at all. It's best to let Putin be where he at and try to just let Ukraine fight their own war. We ain't never got it. We don't need to be involved in this mess. Why? I mean, it's dumb. We're gaining nothing out of it. Zelensky ain't doing that for us. What? Making us popular around the world of Ukraine? Hell, half of the Ukraine people don't even like our asses. Literally. All the people that have volunteered for the U.S. to help the Ukraine fight, they done got deserted by the Ukraine people. So why are we doing this? I don't get it. So there's some more stuff that came in. Let's see what's going on came in here. Let me find these updates. Then you got the Ukraine defense minister. I'm trying to say that Russian soldiers, Russian troops have been lied and betrayed. I'm just going to read it because I'm not playing the clip. I can't be even play the clip. But it says Russian soldiers must leave Ukraine and go save their homes from the war that the Kremlin has unleashed from Russia. The enemies of Russian soldiers and the Russian people are not in Ukraine. They are in Moscow. Now, this is the Ukraine defense Reznikov. All right. Oh, yeah. Olisky Reznikov warned Russian soldiers in Ukraine that they have been betrayed by their nation and should pack up and abandon the war effort. We don't need Russian land. Yeah, take care of your country. Take care of your fate. Yeah. I bet you so. I bet so. I bet that he wants all that to go away because what? They can go back to being messed up like they've been doing. But they forgot. Putin is not going to back down. Now, Putin did thank the Belarus, that was his name, Belarusian president Alexander Lukashenko got a thank you from Putin after negotiating peace with the Wagner Group. Lukashenko was back on the phone with Putin on Saturday night after successfully broken a deal with Wagner chief Prigozhin to stop his mercenaries from marching into Moscow. And Lukashenko office said in a statement, the Belarusian president informed the Russian president in detail about results of Alexander Lukashenko's negotiation with the leadership of the Russian private military company Wagner. The Russian president expressed support and thanked the Belarusian counterpart for the work he has done. Following the talk with Lukashenko, Prigozhin said, "We are turning our columns around and going back to the other direction towards our field camp in accordance with the plan." So this is what I'm thinking what the Belarusian president probably told old boy, man, this ain't the time to go out here trying to get a coup. I understand you don't like this defense, this Ministry of Defense, but you got people that's working for you, guys that got family at home. You know what I'm saying? You go out here and act a fool on the world stage going against Putin. You're going to make a fool out of yourself. You know, you're going to make a fool out of the country. You're going to have people hurt. You're going to fuck around and go to jail. It's not going to, it ain't worth it. Zeus, they wasn't ready, man. Come on, bro. You forgot. Putin don't play games, man. Putin was determined to get his best friend in jail. This is his right hand man. They was friends for 25 years. So you think about that. You know how mad Putin is right now. Putin might be thanking this dude or whatever for stopping this from happening, but don't you worry. Oh, he gonna get an old boy ill. Oh, yeah, him and old boy gonna have a coming to Jesus meeting. Because I'm quite sure he gonna tell old boy to his face personally, if you ever try that stupid mess again, that's gonna be your ass, Mr. Postman. That's gonna be your ass. Don't get it twisted. Just because I didn't put your ass in jail this time, don't play me, player. Better play the lottery. I ain't the one. I'm telling you, don't sleep on Putin. Putin a bad boy. When they said he went to St. Petersburg, I was like, man, I hope this dude with these 25,000 soldiers got a plan of gold. I guess the plan wasn't as good as he thought it was, because that's a lot of damn power he's about to go against. Because that Spetsnaz, listen, if he can go and outdo the Spetsnaz, he's a champion. Like I said, that's like the U.S. SEAL on steroids. Them boys is tough. You can't play with them all kind of way, man. I'm for real. Now, if he would have done that, I would have given him props. I would have been like, yo, he the real deal. But nah, he ain't ready, bro. He ain't ready for that noise. He was not ready. That's why he piped down real quick. He already knew it was not gonna go in his favor. Because I'm telling you now, he would have went to Moscow. And you know what? Hilarious with Russia, with them when it comes to them in fighting their country, they're very good in fighting their country. They're just not good at fighting other terrains, especially if it's getting massive support like what's going on with Ukraine right now, because it's crazy. But when you go in their territory like that, it's about to get real. He would have probably personally killed a lot of that man's military support and would have personally made sure that they would have saved him to be arrested and would have had his behind taken. Yeah, they would have got his ass and arrested his ass. He already had put an arrest warrant on him anyway, so I don't know about how that's gonna go down. I bet you that I don't know if that arrest warrant's still hopping or not. I think that probably piped that down for now because of what's going on. But this is where we at. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for y'all for now on that. The Russian coup. My personal opinion is I just think that this Russian coup was emotions running high. Thank you, you ain't wrong. And I think at the end of the day, that the guy found out that emotions are not as good as using common sense. He didn't have the firepower. He did not have the resources to overthrow or even intimidate Putin to the way he wanted to. And I'm glad that this Belarusian president talked to him and told him, calm your behind down, go back to work. Go back to doing the contract that you've been paid to do for this country. Because right now, you put to prove a point about a prime minister is going to stay where he's going to stay. Putin ain't gonna get rid of the dude. This is what it is. If you're one Putin's right-hand man or in part of Putin's cabinet, and he feel like you ain't doing nothing wrong, he ain't gonna try to hear that. And he should know that. You've been friends with the dude for 25 years. You think he's gonna listen to you when it comes to business like this? His cabinet? It's gonna laugh at you. So I just feel like emotions got high and he got stupid. He wasn't ready to overthrow nothing. But I do know this. Sooner or later, the Ukraine money train is going to run out. And when it does, Zelensky better have a plan to get his ass out of Ukraine. Because I'm telling you now, you cannot keep going after Russia forever. Because these guys are not going to stop. And that's the thing that's going to make me laugh whenever 2024 comes, if they're still in this war fighting that he's trying to create. Because if that be the case, I don't know what he's going to do if he comes out in 2024, that it's not going to be a liberal in office. And we get an actual conservative that doesn't mind telling everyone, hell to the no more funding Ukraine. Nah, he got a lot going on right now, but he ain't trying to co-host. He just got a lot going on. So anyway, y'all, please like, share, subscribe. And thank y'all for hanging out. I'll see y'all tonight. I'm out.